Hi, it's Chuck Gilmore here with Power to Sing Live. I'm just a few seconds early, but I wanted to verify that everybody can hear me. And so I'm going to go to my my comments page, and you can let me know if everything is okay. So don't see you and hear you. Okay. Some background sounds, but now you should be able to see me and hear me, and not any background sounds. So if you could just let me know for sure, and we'll go ahead and get started. Great. Hey, now everything is okay. Thanks, Altuk. Hi, Demi. Vardui, Risk Kid, Gulshan. Thank you for joining me today, you guys. The topic today is how do I strengthen my head voice? Yeah, I get this question a lot. It's interesting. No, very few people ask how do they strengthen their chest voice. And thank you, Demi. Great. Sounds good. Everything looks like it's solid. So, Carolina, thank you for joining. Hi, Joe. Emmanuel. Varduhi. Sorry, I wish I could pronounce everyone's names perfectly, but I appreciate that you're here today. Alessio, great. So let's get started here. How to strengthen our head voice? Like I said, not very many people ask about strengthening chest. A lot of people will ask about how do I strengthen the bridge of my voice or singing in the bridge. And then I get a lot of questions, particularly about head voice. A lot of questions have to do with I can't tell whether I'm in my head voice or whether I'm in falsetto. And then a lot of questions, once you start becoming familiar with the difference between those two, then this is something frequently asked. How do I strengthen that head voice? And I had this question. This comes from an individual who has purchased my course, Sing Higher Than Ever Before. He said, I'm about 3 weeks into the Sing Higher Than Ever Before program, and I'm seeing great results, but I have a couple of questions. My voice type is or was flip falsetto, and now I can sing right through into my head voice without my voice breaking or yodeling, but it seems like I have to push a little too hard to get there, and the vocal sound isn't natural, so to speak. Now, one disadvantage is that I haven't heard this person personally. I'm just reading from his comments. So I can take a few guesses and I'll try and cover those. Is this something that will get better with time and vocal exercises? And is there anything specifically I should be doing to strengthen my head voice and hit those notes with a comfortable level of effort? Thanks. So there's several things going on here, but let me go back to the fact that he's able to get through that area without breaking. Now, it's possible, I suppose, that he might still be pulling the chest voice, or in other words, it's possible the larynx may be high. And And so it's a good question here that my wife has given me, and let me explain what I'm talking about here in terms of head voice. And that question came from Muhammad. Thanks. If I said, I've just flipped into falsetto. That's not head voice. That's falsetto. If I said, that's just pulled up chest. I'm pulling chest up where head voice should be. If I said, that's a cover. That's not really head voice. That top note, that's G, A, B, the high C, head voice, that's head voice. So I'm above my first bridge, and actually in this instance I went into the second bridge of my voice with a connected tone. That is, I didn't break into falsetto as I showed you. So that's head voice. And so the question is, how do we, there were a couple things here that this individual asked about. He said, I seem like I have to push too hard to get there. So first of all, and this is related to the answer. When I first got into my head voice, I found it difficult to have any real power. I could get there, and I knew I was connected, and I could do pretty well in exercises. So if I said, or if I said, gee, 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 or no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I could make it through okay. Now, the question here seems, he said they had to push a little hard to get there. So it's very possible that even though there's not a flip or a falsetto anymore, there still might be some tension. And because if we have to push it really hard, there might be tension in the voice. And that might mean that we're pulling up the chest voice, or maybe we're singing it too hard right now, or singing it too loud. Another possibility, if he were flip falsetto before, he might have just given out. So I have had some students who said, and in that case, they knew something bad was going to happen, so they would either flip or just completely let go. And in that case, sometimes giving a little bit more compression had felt to that student like that was too much. There's too much compression. Singing is friendly compression. We have to get the chords together just enough in order to connect the tone from our chest voice to our head voice. And there needs to be a balance in that. So there's a friendly compression, or I guess you could say an ideal amount of air coming through to the vocal cords. So there's a balance of air coming from the lungs, and there's a balance with the vocal cords, the muscle and the vocal cord, and they find this equilibrium, so it allows me to stay connected through that bridge and back down into chest. Now this student is saying that he's gotten through it, but it just seems too tight. So let's take a couple possibilities. It's possible he's pulling chest or the larynx is coming up. So I would suggest that we do this dopey gee, or even better is a goo with a little bit of a dopey sound. Goo, 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 goo. For the ladies, that would be probably starting at the high C sharp. Goo, 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 goo. And come down, goo, 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 goo. And you notice that I'm staying kind of hooty. Goo, 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 goo. Now, the point is, we don't want to introduce any more tension or any more reach. So we want to do everything we can to eliminate these outside muscles from helping or trying to help do this. And so that goo, goo, goo is a really great exercise. Goo, goo, goo. Because if I've got tension, it sounds like this. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, 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 goo. In other words, it's maybe a little breathier, There's certainly a hollow sounding, airier, a little bit airier sounding. Goo, 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 goo. That's not falsetto, that's just a light head voice, but it's head voice without any reach in it. Well, you say, but I need to strengthen that. Yes, but we want to strengthen it coming from a position of no tension, okay? So let me just suggest one possibility today. It's really, there are several different things we could do. Maybe we can cover a couple of them, but let's stay on the idea of tension. Because one of the things that he said was the vocal sound isn't natural, so to speak. And you might feel like this isn't natural. Because you want more volume or more power or more loudness. But that's what comes before the power, before the loudness. We have to get rid of the tension first. So I'm going to stay on that thread for a second. Here's another exercise that you could do. After you do the goo 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 successfully, you could also do it on the 5. Now ladies, again, that would be on the high C for you, and then come down to the A, and then back up to the high C on the goo goo goo. We could also do this exercise. Goo 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 goo. And if you find yourself saying goo 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 goo, it's the larynx coming up. So it has to be a little hooty. Goo 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 goo. Goo 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 goo. Another thing that will definitely help is bring the loudness down, bring the volume down. Do it soft, because that way the vocal cords don't have to tighten to hold back the air. That's okay. Here's the top of the ladies' bridge. So the point is, no tension. Let it go hooty and hollow. And now I want you to try something. If you're trying to strengthen this area, if once you can do this without cracking, try this one. Ooh. You notice there's no break there. I'll do it in the lady's first note on the A, their first bridge. And once you can do that very freely without, when I mean freely, without any tension, without any, and don't worry about pressing into it or making it loud. First thing to do is get that feeling of release without any tension at all. I'm in the ladies' register on this. This is the B flat. Now, how do we strengthen that? Try this. The idea is coming from a feeling of no tension at all. Here's the A flat. Now, there's a little bit more to that, right? A little bit more volume in that. Now, try the same thing, only this time crescendo a little bit on those repeats. Ooh, ma 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 ma. 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 I want you to think about it in 2 steps. First, let go. Here's the A for the first note in the ladies' bridge. Ooh, ma 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 ma. And then after you have that feeling of that ooh, that feeling of just no tension, no squeeze, no worry about pressing in, then go to the mum, mum, mum and increase the volume. Now notice that so we're after the release, then the next step number 2, is you're pressing into that sense of release with the mum, mum, mums. And when I say pressing into, for now I would just say, just increase the volume on each one. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. You notice that there's kind of a bigger sound that starts coming. Where does that come from? Well, theoretically, I think it's that the vocal cords there's more of the vocal cord participating in the sound because you're not squeezing it, and now the vocal cords are able to do more on their own because they're not getting squeezed from the outside muscle. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. Now the other this is a little bit ambivalent of a concept, but I'm trying to increase the volume on those mum, mum, mums, not by squeezing it or grabbing it, but I'm just trying to increase the velocity of air that's passing by. So, ooh, mum, 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 mum. Here's the G. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. Now, it's sometimes elusive. In other words, if I just want to do that, sometimes I can't. So I have to really think, let go, relax. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. I think that one was better. That's the A flat. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. That's the A. That's how you can strengthen that head voice without reaching it or grabbing for it. If I said, ooh, mum, 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 you can tell that that's got a lot of reach in it. It ends up pulling the chest, the vowel spreads, and there's just tension. The other way is coming from release and then kind of sit down into that release almost instantaneously. But step 1, release. Step 2, pressed into it a little bit with that mum, mum, mum. And the way you want to press into it is just increase the airflow, running over the top of it. This is all theoretical. I can't really describe it any better at this point. Ooh, mum, 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 mum. And that's a really great way to increase or strengthen the head voice. Now, there are some other ways to do it. If I said ooh, or if I said no, 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 no. Now you notice that I'm not saying no, 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 no. I'm keeping the O, the no, right where the oo put it. No, 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 no. Ladies, do the same thing in your bridge. Here's the B flat. No, 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 no. But if I let that vowel, the no, spread open, no, 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 then I lose my head voice. I'm just pulling up chest at that point. So you want to make sure that that no stays right where the nu put it. Ooh, no, 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 no. When that becomes second nature, you can do it easily. Then start seeing if you can crescendo on that second one. No, 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 no. Now I'm getting louder, but you know I'm not losing the coordination. It's not falling in the chest. If I said no, 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 then that would be incorrect. I'm not strengthening my head voice at that point. Right? I'm just pulling up chest. That's the F sharp. Ooh, oh, no, 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 no. It's another great way to strengthen head voice. And also when you get down in the bridge, to strengthening that mixed voice. That's head and chest combined. You always have to kind of guard against pulling the chest voice up. It's such a temptation, especially in the bridge. If I said, here's the E, it's really tough, guys. Ooh, oh, sorry. No, 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 no. It's so tempting just to say, no, 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 no. Well, that's just my chest. So how can I strengthen head voice or my mix voice, mix of chest and head, if I'm just doing it in chest? So you've got to maintain, you've got to have that element of head voice. Ladies, same thing for you. Here's the high B. No, 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 no. But notice I didn't say no, 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 no. I didn't pull up the chest voice, or I didn't allow that to drop down into my mouth and just turn it into chest. And so forth. And that's going to be a really, really effective way. But remember today, we started out by no tension, no squeezing, no pressure, and no reaching. And then coming from that position, then you can really start, from that coordination, you can really start to build power into head voice. Takes some time, but when it's all done, then you can go from this ma 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 ma. Let me see. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. You know, you can start in chest, go all the way up through your bridge into head voice, back down again, and not pull, and have it be becoming, working it, getting that to strengthen. And that's just a great way to do it. So hopefully that's helpful today. Now I want to address some of your questions. And so let me just go to the chat window here and see what we've got. Okay. It looks like there's a few questions here. Please bear with me while I look away to the question screen. Hi, Eternal. Good to see you. Michael, hello. Audie Freiberger, hi, from France. Awesome. So nice to have you with us today. Okay, Altag asks, is it okay to sustain the top note of the 1.5 scale to prevent cheating the top notes? Sure. One very common thing that can be done easily is no, 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 ma, 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 ma. Use that same principle though. Don't squeeze it. Think about release first. No tension, no pressure. How do we prevent air leaking and breathiness with bridge notes? I think this is a really effective way to do this. What I've shown you today, because it begins to make every note feel the same. That's the challenge, isn't it? When you first start the bridge, E, F, F sharp for the guys, ladies, A, B flat, B, and C, when you first start to get that without just doing it in chest, it sometimes can be a lot weaker. And so really the same way you strengthen head voice is the same you can use the same procedure in strengthening the bridge notes. Mum, no, 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 no. Oh, mum, 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 mum. You hear that there's a little bit of a ring or a ping in that. Mum, 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 mum. It's not mum, 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 mum. And you get to that by first having the feeling of release and then gradually crescendoing. But that's the feel you want to have on every note. Mum, 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 mum. That's the bridge notes for guys. Mum, 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 mum. So pretty soon they all start sounding and feeling the same. It doesn't sound like, oh, there's the bridge and now I'm below it or now I'm above it. Emmanuel asks, I've been guilty of using falsetto and cover. Join the club, Emmanuel. When I first started, maybe some of you have seen this, but here's where I did my high notes. Ha! Star! And it was very, when I look back on it, I was just trying to get more power, right? Ha! It kind of had a Kermit the Frog sound, ha, ha, ha. And I just didn't know how to say, ma, 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 ma. But don't get discouraged, because I saw, and I've talked about this before, Pavarotti took him 10 years to get his note to his satisfaction. That's the F above middle C. Okay. So nan da, got tension after exercise and can't use the method in songs, sad event in me. You know what? I found that when I have a lesson, that it's more challenging to go ahead and sing a song than it is to wait 30 to 45 minutes to work on a song. So try and do the exercises, try and do the lesson exactly as shown, or the way that I teach at least. I'm not sure who you're studying with. If you're doing some of these exercises, make sure you're doing them as exactly as demonstrated. And then give yourself 30 to 40, 45 minutes and see if it feels any better. The other issue is that it's possible you're doing the exercises incorrectly. It's a strong possibility. Because you should be able to at least do them, do the songs. But it's, I'm always just a little bit, just not quite ready to sing at that point. But I do it. I do it anyway. Let me see. Bardui asks, how often do you offer these exercises? Is it okay to do them every day, or maybe it's better to do a few times a week or so? That's a question that I get a lot, is how often should I practice? And a safe answer is practice. If you're going to perform for an hour, practice for an hour. If you're going to perform for 3 hours, then you may, I don't know if you want to practice 3 hours, but you've got to practice long. You've got to get your voice warmed up, and then go through your numbers, go through your songs. And I find that just a basic answer is practice as long as you perform, whatever that length is. Like for me, if I do a show, like in musical theater, which is kind of where I like to work, is I will practice I'll do a vocal warm-up maybe for 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll go through my song, and go through my song several times if I have one song, or I may have a group of songs, and I'll go through my songs. And that might take anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes to an hour, just depends on the show and the number of songs. So that's probably a safe. Now, if you're just starting out and just learning to do the exercises, I think if you do them right, once a day is going to do really wonders. It's going to do wonders. Do them right, correctly, once a day, 7 days a week, every day. It's going to start adding up. You're going to start having some real results. I don't think you need to practice that long and hard at first, especially. It's more important to do it correctly and be consistent. Just do them consistently. Emmanuel asks, the goo exercise is used in all of our range or just after the bridge? Emmanuel, you can use the goo exercise everywhere. So if I said, goo, 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 that's from my chest through my bridge into my head voice. And that's probably a good way to look at it. You can go in from chest through the bridge into your head and back down again, or just before the bridge. Goo, 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 goo. Ladies, just before your bridge would be like about the C sharp. Goo, 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 goo. Middle C sharp. Goo, 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 goo. Takes you to the A. You can start the goo there and go, but I would say, at least always start just before the bridge and go all the way through the bridge to head voice. That's the note, just in this case, let's just say it's the note above the bridge, and then back through again, because that's going to demand the greatest balance, and that's going to also help below and above. It'll just help the range outside that, if you can get that area nice and comfortable without tension. Brywool says or asks, can you sing a vocal phrase that goes from chest to head so we can hear the transition? Here's from C to, here's a low C sharp. That was the A flat on top. So chest through the bridge up into head and back down again. On an ah. Okay. Michael, Chuck, I need help on a demo. Can you help me through it? Sure. Don Carlson, I'm curious about the no. Is there a pitch limitation for it? Hi, Don. I'm curious about the no. Is there a pitch limitation for it? No, I don't think so. O is a kind of a mid-range vowel. And O in America, if we say no, O, it's a diphthong, so there's some oo to it. And so it's really quite a good exercise to give you a little bit of middle and head in it. If I said no, 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 and I can't remember, I think you've got more even on that than I do, but that's the high E, right? So I can go through, if I start bridging, and I'm pretty much bridging now below middle C, 1, 2, 3, so that's the beginning of my fourth bridge. I don't think there's really any tough limits on the O. But I would always recommend that exercise to comfort, and if you feel anything pulling or something, it's not necessary to, I think just if you're getting through the bridge the first and second bridge, I think that's going to give you a lot of mileage. What is twang? I don't really know. I don't teach it. I've had people ask me if I could teach twang, and I don't really know. I don't know of a definition of twang. I mean, it'd be like the country western guys, but I'm not sure that that's what they're talking about. Is it familiar to the ping? I just don't know what the definition of twang is. I'm sorry, Mike. Is more twang the better? Somebody's going to have to help me with it. That's not in my teaching vocabulary, and I've never seen anybody be taught twang. I'm really going for balance in the voice, and anything like what we did today, that ring ping is just my description of the result of good technique. I'm not trying to make a certain sound. I'm trying to get balance in my voice. No, I'm trying not to have any reach. I'm not trying not to have any squeeze. I'm trying to just find that balance of air and muscle, and come from release, and then kind of set into that release a little bit. And so I'm trying to let that happen and let that balance bring whatever sound is there. But the net result is it strengthens that head voice. Okay, so let me just see if there's any other questions here that we might be able to address. How do you implement exercises in a song? How to improve the tone quality? Okay, hopefully this has answered tone quality, especially for head voice. But how do you apply the exercises to a song? Well, if I go back to just yesterday, I had a student who was learning one of Sarah Bareilles' songs from the show Waitress, and I think it was When He Sees Me, and I just had her take the word mum, 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 just like we just did. And it was, I think it was up around the A in her register, the A above middle C. Mum, 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 mum. Mum, 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 mum. So that she started to get the feel of what that felt like on the mum, and then go back and try and substitute the words to it. Whatever the words are, I don't remember them. But so that wasn't a very good demonstration because I'm up pretty much in the ladies' register. But whatever the words are. So you go back to the words and try and maintain the same coordination and feeling. Now, in that case, I would say that I didn't do that really well. So I'll go back and do the mum, 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 mum. That's one way that it works really, really well. Or you could say, no, 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 is awesome. Put it with a no, or put it with a mum, or put it with a goo, 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 goo. Maybe I'm pulling. Goo, 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 goo. So I have to do that without any reach in it. Goo, 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 goo. So I may have to start it out a little bit lighter, a little bit easier, but that helps get rid of the tension. Then go back and put the words in. Hopefully that makes sense. But that's a really effective way to do it. Doing scales with vocal fry sound can help mixed voice. I don't know. I've never used vocal fry on doing scales. And so I can't really address that question. It depends on what your goal is, I think. I don't really use the vocal fry for my exercises. Twang is how much okay? How do you sing between chest and head? How do you sing between head and chest? Watch this video in an entirety. What makes your voice able to project? The twang? That's interesting. I didn't mean a scale. I meant a lyrical phrase. Sorry, should be clarified. Okay. A vocal phrase. Okay. So, I mean a scale. I meant a lyrical phrase. Okay. Goes from chest to head. All right, so if I said, God on high, hear my prayer, in my need, you have always been there. So that started on the E above middle C, which is my basically it's my second bridge now, but and took me to the F sharp. So first part was head voice, and then I came down and transitioned into chest. Now, if I had been in falsetto, God on high, hear my prayer, in my need you have. And I got to reconnect it. That's the beauty of head voice. You don't have to reconnect. It blends into the chest. Okay, so let me see here. Some other questions we can get to. I need to end this in a couple minutes. Thank you for live streams, by the way. Thank you, Mike. You're welcome. Victor, hi. Ping. Okay, so I don't, ping is a kind of a result, and I probably shouldn't even use it because maybe you can't hear it, but I can feel it, and I can hear it, and I can start to hear it in my students' voices. But if I said mom, 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 now I hear it when I say mom, 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 mom. Ooh, mom, 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 mom. In my mind, that last one was about the best. I'm just thinking it sounds like there's a little ring ping. It kind of, something else kind of picks up. It just, like this overtone kicks in some way. And so I feel like that's when my voice is functioning ideally. And it's strong, but I'm not pushing in it. I'm not applying any tension or pressure. I'm not reaching for it. It's the vocal cords are getting deeper into the chord structure. It's just everything's participating there, or wherever it's initiating the vibration here. Maybe it's up here if it's in a bridge where it's not the full depth, but it's thinned out a little bit. So it just seems to generate some extra overtones of some sort, and like everything kind of like just building on itself. How's that for scientific? All right, time for me to go. And thank you for joining me today. Let me just address this. One Bird Army. Hey Chuck, can you give me an advice on how to sing a mix between chest and head voice? I think it's called the passaggio. Yes, the advice is go watch. There's videos, about 3 videos ago, or maybe 2 now. I said begin here to learn to sing, and it addresses step by step what you need to do to start working on that bridge. And that it's a great question. It's what it's all about, because we really can't do any of this until you learn how to bridge. So I thank you, One Bird Army, for asking that question. So go to powertosing.com, powertosing.com. There's a vocal test there. Take the vocal test. You get you can get your vocal type, and then on the Knowledge Center on the website of powertosing.com, powertosing.com. Go to the Knowledge Center, watch the videos. Let's say your pull chest high larynx. There's 3 videos there that explain all of that, and there's exercises you can download, and that's going to help you start to learn to bridge from chest into head. Fantastic question. Thanks, everybody. It's great to see you again. Join me next week, same time, same channel, and I look forward to seeing you then. And hopefully I'm gonna try this little, I'm gonna give you a little goodbye today. So thanks. This is Chuck Gilmore with Power to Sing. You can sing higher with beauty, confidence, and power. See you inside the next video.